I wanted to talk about Feng Shui. I've been a certified Feng Shui consultant since the year 2000, and it's just been such a wonderful experience to help other people see the spaces that they live in or work in, and find new ways to arrange things, bring into those spaces more liveliness, more love, a feeling of welcoming, um, and Feng Shui can be, there are so many schools of Feng Shui, and I've studied lots of them. And I really think I love the practical approach. How do we make things work in our life that exist already? So instead of thinking, well, we have to change this whole room, I'm going to get rid of everything in the room. No, of course, there are certain things in the room that you do love, that do function well for you. And yet there are other things in our spaces that don't. So the first thing is, if something in that space doesn't feel good, move it out of the space. Figure out what you're going to do with it later. Just move it out of the space so you can see a room or a space without that, because that sticks in as a jab into our psychic abilities to be able to see the rest of the space. So first, remove the things that don't work, and then be able to feature the things that we do love. So when I go into someone's home or a place of business, especially we'll just talk about homes, because business is a whole other, how to get customers, how to make people feel comfortable when they're in the space, how to make how to make your things look attractive so people actually want to buy them, how they feel, how they can feel the best in that space. That's a whole other topic I'll talk about another time. But this is just about our personal spaces. Let's focus on that. And that's one of the first things to do. Walk through your home, your room, your apartment, whatever you have, and just take one place at a time, and don't get overwhelmed. It's about having fun. It's about being playful in our homes, being playful in our spaces, and making them feel like they're nurturing us. We return to our homes to feel nurtured. We're out there in the world and we do what we do. Do we not walk into in our homes, into our spaces, and want to feel nourished by that on some level, relaxed, nourished, or productive, and all of those things mixed together at different times of our day and our life? So, first thing to do is to remove things that really don't feel good. A chair that you hate, a chair that doesn't work really well, a table that's broken, something that you trip over, not even that you trip over physically, that you just trip over, that just causes a in your day. So be careful with that. Even in your in your entryways, make sure your entryway, the way to come into your home, is welcoming. Make sure you don't have fallen branches, sticks, dirt at your entryway. Make it feel like, yes, I've arrived. Something beautiful. Put something beautiful you love there to welcome you. That's the first thing you're going to see when you come into your place. Um, and it's a psychic healing. It's a spiritual healing that takes place too when we make our spaces feel warm and inviting and comfortable for us. So that's the first step. Get rid of things that don't work for you, and then you're able to see the space more clearly. And it's like making space in our own brains so that we can focus and function as best as we can. So we do that in our own spaces. So make sure you're not tripping over things. Make sure your doorknob works well. I mean, a little WD-40, you spray that in the lock. You know, if there's a struggle coming into your place, try to remove that. If there's a broken threshold or something you tend to trip over, or something that just causes you to be cautious, we don't need to be cautious. We shouldn't need to be cautious in our own homes. When you're outside in the world, you don't know what to expect, right? So we are cautious. But in your own home, you should be relaxed. So if there's something, a piece of carpet that always trips you up, or this or that, clear it, fix it. If it's broken and you can't fix it, remove it. I know this might sound simple, like a simplistic approach, and it maybe is. But I think some of the answers that are out there for us are simple. Don't trip over things. That's easy. Don't make doors and windows hard to open. You know, adjust them so that they are easy to make fresh air come in, and allow fresh air to come in. So that's the first step. Get rid of things that trip you up. things that you don't like to look at, things that you don't love to see. And if you live with another person, then, and if they love it and you hate it, I mean, really, if it's that strong, move it into a space that they just like. So you're not saying, I don't want this in my house, period, but I don't want it in the primary places or the communal places that we share. But here's a space that you can have as yours. Put the ugly things there. So it's a way of creating our life. We create our spaces, we create our life. Be the doer in that. Be the creator of that. We do create it. Look around your space. You have chosen every single thing in the space that you live in. Every single thing. I made that choice. And even if it was a surrender to somebody else's choice, you still made the choice to surrender it. So just keep that in mind, and that's just the first step. Plenty more to come.